1899. A ship full of lost people. A straight up ghost ship. A wild pyramid. And an ending that had us all asking one thing. What the hell is even going on? The creators of Dark came back and messed with our heads again, didn't they? They dropped this puzzle box of a show that, as genius as it is, confusing as fuck. But what if I told you that all of the hidden clues and symbols and those insane twists might all be pointed to one single shocking truth? Today, we're going to break down the entire Netflix series 1899. Stick with me as we unpack the secrets of the simulation and finally get what really went down on that ship. Before we get into all the really weird shit, let's run a quick recap. 1899 drops us into a steamship, Barbados. It's packed with a whole mix of European migrants. And real talk, every single one of them is running from their past, trying to leave it in the fucking dust, all chasing the dream of a new life in New York. The show immediately throws us into a crazy multilingual world where characters all speak their own languages. A move that makes the whole vibe feel broken and just a bit off. And that's before things really gets weird. Our main character, Maura Franklin, a British neuroscientist, bailing out and traveling alone. Nobody, just her. Which was a big deal for that time. She's searching for her brother, Carlin, who vanished months ago on the Prometheus, another ship from the same company. The Barbados trip takes a hard left when they're trying to find that exact ship, the Prometheus, just floating in the middle of the ocean like a ghost. This is where the puzzle really gets lit. On board, they find just one survivor, a quiet kid named Elliot, holding a little black pyramid. And the second he steps onto that Barbados, the ship, reality starts falling the fuck apart. So bringing Elliot on the board of the ship basically flipped the switch on the crazy. Passengers starts getting hit with heavy traumatic flashbacks from their very past they was running from. The ship's navigation goes haywire, and a random dude named Daniel who wasn't even on the fucking list just pops up and seems to know a hell of a lot more than he's letting on. He tells Maura, hey, we're all trapped in a simulation and you gotta find a way to get us the fuck up out of here. Okay, cool. And things go from 0 to 100 real quick. A weird ticking noise puts all the passengers, most of them, into some type of trance. And they just start yeeting themselves off the fucking ship. People just start dropping dead for no physical reason. And maybe the wildest part, time itself glitches out and even freeze. Through all this, Myra, the ship's captain, Eric, and a few others are just trying to figure out what the fuck is going on. They find these strange metal hatches underneath their beds, leading to tunnels that tap directly into their personal memories, confirming that this ship isn't what it seems. The whole social vibe is falling apart. A full-on mutiny happens, with some passengers blaming the little kid that came on the ship for the chaos and even throwing this motherfucker overboard. They threw the kid overboard. But then suddenly the boy reappears inside the cabin completely fine, like everything's decent. So this proves that normal rules of life clearly don't apply here. Not even death. So it all leads to a crazy reveal that this whole trip, the ship, the people, it's all just a loop playing over and over. So basically, what the fuck is going on? To get 1899, you have to look at its core symbols and mysteries, because the show is dripping with deep philosophical and mythological references. First off, what the fuck are the symbols telling us? The image you see everywhere is the upside down triangle with the line through it. It's on letters, carpets, jewelry, even tatted behind Elliot's ear. It's like the logo for the fake reality, a constant reminder that nothing is real. The 3D version is the Black Pyramid, which is basically a key that fucks up the total simulation code. This drops us into the show mythological bag. The ships are named after Greek myths. The Cerberus is named for Cerberus, the three-headed dog that guards the underworld to keep the dead from bouncing. That's a perfect metaphor for the ship. The ship is a prison meant to keep everybody trapped in that fake purgatory. The other ship, Prometheus, is named after the Titan who gave fire and knowledge to the humans. And finding the Prometheus is what brings the knowledge that they are in a simulation, sparking Moira's hunt for the truth. And what about that green little beetle Elliot uses to pop open the locked doors? This feels like a straight up nod to the scarab beetle from ancient Egypt mythology, which is all about rebirth and waking up. Elliot uses to help Moira wake up from the sim, acting as a literal key or maybe even a backdoor to the program. Finally, you got that black crystal looking gunk that starts growing all over the ship. Daniel is connected to it and seems likely to be the simulation itself glitching and getting corrupt data. The theory is that it's like a virus Daniel is using to crash the system, a way to stop Moira's father, Henry, from just hitting reset on the loop and trapping them in there forever, over and over again. This all leads us to the final episodes that just left us completely mindfucked. We're led to believe that Moira's dad, Henry Singleton, is the big bad, the architect of this whole fucked up simulation. He's talking with the ship's first mate and looks like he's pulling the strings from a 19th century asylum. His goal seems to make Moira remember where she's hiding a key that can override the whole system. But in the final moments, the whole script gets fucking flipped. Henry gets the key, but it's worthless. Daniel, who is actually Moira's husband, has already switched to code. He helps Moira find the real override, showing her that the key is now her wedding ring and the pyramid is just a toy from their son's bedroom. And here's the biggest drop. Moira is the creator. She designed the whole fucking simulation. The year isn't 1899, it's 2099. Moira isn't on a steamship. She's on a massive spaceship called the Prometheus, with all the other passengers plugged into simulation pods right there with her. Why would she do this? The reveal is that her son, Elliot, died in the real world, crushed by grief. She built an entire 8-day simulation loop to keep his consciousness alive and to be with him forever, wiping her own memory to duck the pain. Her dad, Henry, was also trapped inside, trying to get her to remember so he can find a way out. But there's one last fucking twist. Daniel tells Moira that her brother, Karen, the dude she was looking for the whole time, has jacked the whole program. And as Moira wakes up on the spaceship, a message from her brother flashes on the screen. Welcome to reality. But is it for the real? Or is it just another level of the game? The final scene leaves us with a whole mountain of other questions. Is the 2099 spaceship just another bigger simulation? The ship is named Prometheus, just like the ghost ship, which feels like another cryptic symbolic bullshit. The message from her brother, "May your coffee kicks in before reality does," is the exact same phrase from the book on the Cerberus, hinting that he's still the one pulling the strings. So who the fuck is her brother? And what the fuck does he want? He sets up to be the final boss, the guy behind the curtain, basically Oz, that took over her sister's creation. The creators of 1899 confirmed that they had a 3-season plan, just like Dark, which is another good one. While they never spilled any of the details, the plan for the story to wrap up by the end of the 3rd season would have been amazing. It seems like season 2 would have explored the 2099 reality and would have made her brother the main villain. Tragically, unfortunately, this is where our trip ends. In January 2023, Netflix announced that 1899 was canceled just after 1 season. The creators shared that they were heartbroken and would have loved to finish the journey as they planned. While Netflix didn't give a detailed reason of what happened, word on the street, the decision was about money. The show cost a fortune to make, obviously, and it was believed that the completion rate and how many people actually finished the whole season wasn't high enough to justify that money. Basically, a lot of dumb motherfuckers couldn't understand it. Next caller. So all we got left are theories. What if Moira had to fight her brother for control? Were there another passenger that had some real consciousness? Or this is just lines of codes? Or was it just a total mind fuck? What was the ultimate goal, to free anyone? Or was there no real world to begin with? Damn. The cancellation of 1899 leaves it as an amazing, unfinished masterpiece. We have a lot of pieces, but the final picture will probably stay a mystery forever. It's a story about grief, what reality even is, and the prisons we built for ourselves, all wrapped up as one dope-ass sci-fi idea. The show's main theme, which echoes Plato's allegory of the cave, is basically daring us to question the reality we just accept. Are we passengers on that ship, just staring at the shadows on the wall, totally clueless about the real world and outside? The show suggests that reality is all about your point of view, and that the human mind is the biggest simulation of them all. But I gotta hear from you. What were your theories for season 2? You think 2099 spaceship would have been a real big deal or just another level? Let me know what's your biggest unanswered question down in the comments. And if you had fun breaking down this mystery with me, make sure you subscribe for more deep dives into your favorite show. Thanks for watching, and God bless.